We made a game in 7 days, and it was a complete disaster. The theme was nothing can go wrong, and everything did go wrong. Hey, I'm Sophia from Studio Fractured, and we just survived our first game jam. Somehow. Some interesting ones. A dictator simulator where every evil action still produces good. A platformer where literally nothing can go wrong. A cat-sitting game where you juggle chores while preventing 12 cats from burning down your house. And then, Luke dropped the idea that changed everything. This...
Oh, you gods!
But as a game. Surely it'll be easy. Like, how hard could making a game be? Day 2. We started with our main character Phil, a nervous wreck of a man trying to impress his boss while everything around him falls apart. Wow, look at him. Isn't he... beautiful? The goal was simple. Phil needs to cook dinner for his boss while covering up the absolute chaos happening in his kitchen. To make sure the player had ways to handle the situation, we added tons of dialogue options, so Phil could make up excuses on the fly. Day 3. This video is sponsored by Core, a self-taught artist who specializes in character illustrations ranging from humanoid to animal, with eye-catching compositions and fun lighting. If any of these examples interest you, consider checking her out in the link below. Phil's cooking was so magical that every creature within a 10-mile radius wanted a slice. Naturally, we decided to add wacky goblins to steal the lettuce. And, well, things got out of hand. Yeah, our goblin AI was completely broken. At first, they wouldn't move at all. Then, they'd only move after getting smacked with a spatula. The game was already a mess, but we had time to fix it, right? Right?
Day 4 had come around, officially marking the halfway mark for us. We decided it was time to add the goblins. These little green men proved to be rather difficult to bring to life. When we say difficult, we mean difficult. It was trial and error to say the least. The AI was tweaking out, combat systems was buggy, and in general, these goblins were giving us a lot of trouble. When testing, we originally planned for just one round of enemies to spawn, making them more of a minor inconvenience than a real threat. But then, Acengia had an idea. What if they spawned in waves? That way, things could keep escalating, making the situation progressively more ridiculous. It sounded like a fun and simple adjustment. It was not. The second wave of goblins spawned, but they had issues. Big issues. First, they didn't move at all. They stood there like green statues, completely unfazed by Phil's desperate spatula swings. But the moment they were hit, they sprang to life and ran around like headless chickens, refusing to attack the player. It was chaotic, sure, but not in the way we wanted. Day 5 was mainly spent fixing these goblins. Atla dug through the code and quickly found the culprit. The goblins weren't actually using the AI behaviors we had coded for them. They were just existing, menacingly. After a quick fix, we had goblins that actually functioned, chasing Phil down, making the combat more intense, and actually feeling like an obstacle. On the visual side, Luke was able to speed up the goblin creation process by repurposing some older models. He tweaked their design, added some minor detail, and boom, our goblins were good to go. Well, mostly. Combat still felt a little chunky, so we made another adjustment, increasing the hitbox size of Phil's attacks. Originally, he had to get way too close to land a hit, which almost always meant taking damage yourself. With the adjustment, the game felt way more responsive and fun, and suddenly, the goblin fight felt like an actual brawl instead of an awkward dance of missed attacks. Demons. Infernal beings with crimson red skin from the depths of who knows where, clawing their way out to eat whatever is within your kitchen. Their biology truly is strange, primarily with the harnessing magical capabilities to fire magical fireballs at their targets in the hopes to steal your food? Day 6 rolled around and we truly felt the time closing in on us. With only one more effective working day left, we pushed ourselves to refine every remaining detail. We cleaned up the rest of the code, ensuring everything ran as smoothly as possible. Animations were perfected, transitions polished, and every movement fine-tuned to feel fluid and responsive. Beyond just animations, we also integrated sound effects to bring the world to life, adding depth and impact to every action. The UI received its final touches, refining the menus, interactions, and overall user experience. Art assets were finalized, ensuring a cohesive and immersive aesthetic. Most importantly, we completed the demon enemies, finalizing their attack patterns, animations, and models, making sure they were as formidable as we had envisioned. With everything coming together, we could finally see the finish line in sight. Day 7 and the final day was upon us, and with it came the last major hurdle, the mermaid. Unlike the goblins who swarmed in numbers, or the demons who hurled fireballs, this was a boss fight that needed to feel climatic. It needed to be chaotic. It needed to be fair yet unforgiving. With only hours left, we had to finalize everything. The mermaid's attack animations? A little broken. The objectives? Kinda working. The goblins? Still causing problems. But there was no time. We just had to submit. Bug fixing? Sure, if you count shoving duct tape into the code and praying. Final sound effects? Yep, now featuring extra goblin screaming and Phil hyperventilating. And with 30 minutes left on the clock, we did it! Somehow! This is our first game jam. And if you ever wondered what it's like to juggle panic, exhaustion, and a lot of spaghetti code while also trying to make something fun, well, we've got first-hand experience now. We survived goblins, demons, and a mermaid that apparently doesn't know how to exist in a kitchen. We tackled broken AI, unfinished animations, and objectives that only work when they felt like it. But through all the madness, we learned more than we ever thought possible in just 7 days. Game development is chaos, and we wouldn't have it any other way. It's about collaboration, problem solving, and finding that sweet spot between laughing at the mess and making something worth playing. And hey, we made it out the other side with a completed game. Barely, but we did it. And the most important part? We had a blast.